Hello there everybody and welcome back to Movie Squirm. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 documentary Doc of Chucky, and this is directed by Tommy Hudson, and this goes behind the scenes of all of the Chucky franchise and how the movies came about. Wow man, when I seen Shudder advertising this saying it's going to be coming at the first of the month, I knew I was going to be watching it. After loving recent horror documentaries like Nightmare on Elm Street, The Never Sleep Again Legacy, and Pennywise Story of It, and the more recent non-horror documentary RoboDoc, I've just been getting into movie documentaries lately, and this one just shot straight up to the top of my watch list. 4 hours and 55 minutes of pure Chucky goodness and nostalgia. Now, for me, that is not a long time when it comes to these documentaries, especially documentaries that are going through one of my favourite horror franchises of all time. Because if you're like me and you're into these, you will know that they just absolutely fly by because you get so invested. And Doc of Chucky is no different. The way this is all pieced together and edited just moves at such a nice pace. Each segment is given about 30 to 40 minutes for each movie, apart from the first film, which I believe is over an hour, but there is some setup there with Don Mancini saying what ideas he had and stuff, and how the movie studio came to start putting Chucky as a franchise on the map. But each one is given a fair amount of allotted time, and in that amount of time, it's crazy how much information is given to us. You feel like you know how the whole movie was made in that short amount of time because it is constantly fed to you, but it never comes to the point where it's too overwhelming and it's too much. It all is just put out there smoothly, and it feels like pure Chucky goodness melting into your heart. It's basically the same setup as the Elm Street Legacy or Crystal Lake Memories, which I've got to be honest, I haven't seen, but I know it's very similar to the Elm Street Legacy. I'll be getting to that one very soon once I've revisited the Friday the 13th franchise once again, but you kind of get the gist. And of course, we get a bunch of the popular cast and crew members here on board. I mean, you got Christine Elise, who is my favourite out of all these people. I mean, she plays my favourite character, should I say, in Child's Play 2. We've also got Alex Vincent, who plays Andy Barclay, of course. Jennifer Tilly's here, Don Mancini himself, and of course, the main man, Brad Dourif. And I think it's very important for these people to come to a documentary like this, because I did watch Stephen King on Screen, a documentary that came out last year. And Stephen King kind of wasn't in it, and it just felt like a project that couldn't hit the heights because the main man himself wasn't really there. But I'm glad to say all the popular cast members, they're here. But sometimes it's these smaller side characters in these documentaries that make an appearance where I go, oh, I remember him, that guy's here. And there's a plethora of them here. For example, we've got the homeless guy who sells Andy Barclay's mum. She's here as well. Catherine Hicks. The doll that Charles Lee Ray has put his soul into. Yeah, the guy who's just found it outside the store, who sort of forces himself on Catherine Hicks later on in the movie. He's here. We've got Garrett Graham from Child's Play 2, plays the arsehole Phil, who Chucky obviously breaks his neck by pulling him upside down from the stairs.
How's it hanging, Phil?
And we've even got Jeremy Silvers, who plays Tyler from Child's Play 3, and he was only a kid in that movie. To see him much older now, you know, it was just an absolute treat. I mean, it was just a blast to hear all these people talking about their experiences from that time, making this movie and having so much fun whilst doing it. But I was so happy to see in this documentary that Child's Play 3 got a very fair share of the segments here. In fact, I think it's slightly longer than some of the movies here. And this documentary, Living with Chucky, which by the way isn't bad, I don't mind this at all. It's a very similar premise, but it's very short. It's about 2 hours long. But they just skirted over Child's Play 3, like it was 2 minutes long or something like that. And I was kind of bummed about that. So for me, that's not really anywhere near a perfect documentary or anything. It's good, but it's nowhere near on the level of this one. But I was just so glad to see that Child's Play 3 got the love here, because that's a very nostalgic film for me, alongside the second one. You know, I love that movie from when I was a kid. And to see, you know, Perry Reeves, who plays the Silver, and Travis Fine, who plays Shelton, just coming here and getting interviewed and talking about their experiences, Man, it was just my favourite part of the documentary, I've got to say, on a personal level, because I've never really delved deep into the making of Child's Play 3 or anything. That one just always seems to be forgotten about. But also, one of the most interesting things about these movies was hearing the crew, who are the real stars of the show in the background that you don't see on screen, and how they work these dolls and these puppets, the puppeteers, if you like. Because sometimes it takes like 8 people to man one of the Chucky dolls. Someone's doing the arms, someone's doing the eyes, someone's doing the facial expressions. And that to me is crazy. I mean, I couldn't believe that much manpower was going into it. But when you think back, when you sit back and think about it seems very like that would be the right thing to do, because Chucky moves so well in these movies, and no wonder it takes an entire crew to basically pull this off. But it was just fascinating to see how they move the doll and how they do these kill scenes even more. That was some of my favourite parts of the documentary, how these kill scenes came about in Don Cini's mind and how they are put to screen by these puppeteers. I mean, I love this franchise so much, but I've even got a newfound respect for it now. A lot of people could say, oh, that stupid killer doll movie. There's even a segment here where a famous celebrity, I forgot the guy's name, is just saying, yeah, Chucky's a a pile of shit. You just kick the guy. And that is very easy for people to just go along and slate this franchise. But man, there's so much hard work, dedication gone into these movies that I've just found a brand new love for them now. I can't wait to revisit them all again after watching this. Even Bride of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, which honestly, not really my favourites. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people love Bride, but even their movies, I'm kind of excited to go back to now after seeing the process of how they were made. I've kind of got a newfound respect, not just for the whole franchise, but for them 2 movies in particular as well. I mean, we can sometimes forget how hard it is for people making movies and how much hard work they put in. I know social media can ram this down people's throats. Don't you dare make a worst of the year list. That's just... That is so disrespectful. People aren't allowed to slate movies now because someone else will tell them off. I am not that guy, okay? Film criticism is fair, but I do think it's important to remember, how hard people are trying, because not all the time it's not going to come off, but sometimes it really does. And I just respect these people who work in the industry, because it is a lot of pressure, and they've just got to get shit done within time limits and stuff, and they are very talented people. Now, just to let you guys know, a little heads up there, we do not delve into the remake here or the TV series. I know there's a lot of fans of the TV series who are kind of newfound Chucky fans, and old fans, of course, do like the TV series as well. But there's nothing on that movie or the TV series here, unfortunately. Now, that didn't bother me too much. It's not really something I'm going to give a criticism to. I'm just letting you guys know. The one thing I wish they would have sort of delved into a little bit there is the controversy that Child's Play 3 caused, especially here in the UK. I mean, sadly, a young child was killed at the time, and this movie got all the blame. I mean, it was on the front of newspapers, it was on the news. Child's Play 3 is an evil movie and stuff, and I would have just liked the documentary to spend a couple of minutes there talking about the backlash, really, but it kind of just skirts over it and shows a few images on screen. It would have been good to hear Don Mancini himself say, what he thought of the whole thing. But I suppose if you're not in the UK, you mightn't have even heard of this controversy. So that's just more of another personal thing, really. I'm just going to go ahead and make this documentary now. I'm going to give Doc of Chucky, I love saying this, a 10 out of 10. Yes, I don't give too many 10s, but this is a Chucky fan's dream. It's absolute heaven for Chucky fans. It gave me literally everything I wanted. Even that little negative there doesn't stop it from getting a 10 from me. I remember watching this and it was getting a little bit late, so I thought I'll watch the rest the next day, and I couldn't wait for that allotted time to go and watch this again. It was constantly on my mind, and I was telling everyone about it on social media and stuff. It's brilliant. If you like Chucky, give this a go. And even if you're just a casual Chucky fan, you may find this documentary very, very interesting indeed. Okay, guys, hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want more documentary reviews, I'll leave it in the playlist down below. What did you think of Doc of Chucky? Are you planning on watching this? You know, do you think it's as good as the Never Sleep Again documentary or the Crystal Lake Memories? Please do let me know in the comments down below. Please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel. It would really help me out. Thanks so much, guys. You take care, and I'll see you all in the next video.